Welcome to the Firelight Alchemy Circle. This is the Foundation Seeker session 2. So exciting to get all this started. Welcome, welcome. And Jessica, I'm going to throw to you. You're up.
Oh, okay. Thank you, ma'am. So today we are digging a little bit deeper into self-awareness. I just want to welcome you all here, and it really is such an honor to be able to share this sacred space with you. Today, we're going to explore a little bit deeper into what we were talking about in our last session and dig kind of into the corners of it, really get into our inner world and kind of shine that light of awareness on all of the things that we kind of keep hidden. If you haven't already, please head over to the Facebook group and download your copy of the session guide. That way, you have all of the journaling prompts that we're going to be sharing today. I want you to make sure that you're comfortable. So grab your session guide, grab your journal, a warm cup of tea. That's what I got right here. Maybe a cozy blanket, whatever makes you comfy, crystals, anything to keep you grounded and feeling safe. It's really important that you stay present with us during this time. Turn off your notifications, get rid of any distractions, and just be present in this space. Today, we're going to bring a sense of bravery, compassion, and transformation. Okay, these are the things that I want you to just imbue your energy with right now. You are brave, you are strong, you are compassionate for yourself, and you are ready to change the things that you know are no longer serving you. Be willing to explore your shadow and explore your own truth. Your shadow may not necessarily be a bad thing, okay? Bring an open heart. Be willing to release these things that aren't serving you and realign with some new truths, and be ready to walk more fully in your authentic self. That's the key here. So our our intention for today's session is today I meet all parts of myself with honesty, compassion, and love. I release what no longer serves and reclaim what is mine to embody. Close your eyes for a moment. I need you to take 3 slow, full breaths. As you breathe, I want you to drop your shoulders, relax the corners of your mouth. Maybe you've been clenching your teeth, let that go. Relax your brow. Center yourself in this space. This intention that we've just set is going to settle into your nervous system. And then, with your eyes still closed, I just want you to check in with yourself. How present do you feel right now in this moment? What's your heart on right now? What are you thinking about? Today, we're going to explore the masks that we wear. Open your eyes and come into this space with me. We all develop different roles or identities for ourselves, different masks that we put on that maybe help us survive or succeed. Sometimes maybe just help us to belong into a family, a friend group, a society, class. But oftentimes these ideologies about ourselves, these labels that we put on ourselves, they actually kind of mask who we really are, our true face. So, with your guide ready and your journal open, I want you to think about what identities or roles that you have adopted that no longer feel true for you. take a moment to write these things down. And I also want you to think too about what parts of yourself you keep hidden from other people or from yourself. You can take a moment, pause the video if you need to, just to sit with these questions and jot down your thoughts. I want you to share with us in the comments some of the masks that you uncover through this exercise. I want you to share what they have been protecting you from. And if you're not sure, ask yourself. You know. I encourage you to remember that your shadow is not evil at all. It's simply what you've pushed away. You've pushed it into hiding, your shame, your fear, your anger, your insecurity, even your own power. Maybe your ability to shine so brightly at some point in your childhood overshadowed someone else. So you pushed that down. You made yourself smaller so that someone else could shine. But it still hangs on, right? That mask that you put on, that barrel you've placed over yourself to not shine so brightly has become heavy. So today, we're going to meet these parts of us with love. We're going to trust that we are exactly where we need to be and that we are exactly ready to release what needs to be released. So we're going to do another little visualization. I want you to close your eyes. And this time I want you to visualize a younger version of yourself. This version of yourself, if you can, take it back to a time where you remember feeling ashamed or feeling small or feeling misunderstood. Maybe someone told you to just sit down and be quiet. Children are to be seen and not heard. Whatever this little part of you is that feels frustrated or scared or sad or alone, imagine them standing before you. What would they say to you? What do they need from you? Perhaps it's forgiveness. Perhaps it's acceptance. Are you able to offer them that? Are you able to offer them love and understanding? That misunderstood part of you, will you be the one who understands? As you take a moment to sit with your little kid self, wherever you're envisioning, and you can do this multiple times for multiple different incidents in your life. You can meet them all at once. Whatever works for you, I encourage you to come back to this exercise again and again. But I want you to think about the things that came through during that exercise. What did you see or what did you feel? What did your little child self tell you that they needed from you? Please feel free to share those in the comments if you feel led to do so. Remember, sometimes your sharing can inspire others too. So now I want to talk a little bit about maybe uncovering some of these limiting beliefs that are holding us back. Beneath our shadow tends to lie a belief or something that we've accepted as true, even though it may not necessarily be true. And this tends to continue to shape our present and ultimately our future if we leave it unaddressed. But many of these inherited or internalized beliefs from childhood or from society, they go unquestioned. We just assume, well, everyone does it that way, so that's how it's done. just just keep trucking along. Don't let anyone see you cry. That's one that's perpetuated itself for generations. And it's ended up leading a lot of generations of people who felt like they couldn't feel, or even now to this day, still can't feel. So I want you to think and take your journaling notes out again, take your session guide out, and I want you to write down what belief you have about yourself or about the world that has kept you feeling small or hidden or afraid or embarrassed or whatever. think about then where that comes from. Was it yours, or did it have its origins in someone else's mindset? Was this something that was ancestral? Is it still true? Was it ever true to begin with? I'll give you a moment if you need to pause the video and take some additional time to think about these questions. If you are so led, please share with us in the comments whatever belief you are ready to let go of. So sometimes we have to think about the beliefs that belong to us, and sometimes we have to think about the beliefs that belong to other people. Oftentimes, the limiting beliefs that we carry don't even belong to us. We hold on to emotional and energetic patterns within our DNA that's passed down through generations. I like to call this the sins of the father. And you can say that it's genetic, or you can say that out of observation, the child sees how the father responds, and then the child responds in kind. However it works out, it's a common resonance, at least for a while. And I think sometimes we see where that resonance ceases and kids leave the house and never come back, right? I think that we need to honor where we came from. However, we also need to be willing to give ourselves permission to choose something different. The patterns of, let's take something like a political belief or racism. That's a very potent and pertinent one for this time that we live in. Just because we may have grown up in a racist family does not mean that we too have to be racist, right? Or just because we grew up in a family with a certain ideology, a certain dogma, doesn't necessarily mean that we have to accept that as our own if it doesn't align. And that can be hard because then, oh no, will our group accept us? But some of the most toxic behaviors in our ancestral lineage are those sins that continue to be perpetuated from generation to generation. So I want to ask you, what patterns have you witnessed in your own family? Maybe about love or money or power or even pain that continue to echo in your own life? And then who in your lineage might be unconsciously, or might you be unconsciously trying to protect or to heal or just to please? If you need some time to really sit with this, I know that sometimes this one can bring a lot of memories back for people. It can really maybe even be a little bit of a tender spot to think of the kind of relationships that you have had with family members that maybe they were a people-pleasing kind of relationship, or you knew they were toxic, but they were family, right? And you had to continue to share space with them. Can you forgive them? Is it yours? Is it theirs? And are you still trying to please them, even if it doesn't matter anymore, or even if they're not around anymore? I want you to think of an ancestral pattern that you've recognized and that you're ready to release now, okay? And again, if you need some time to really dig back into the sins of the father and the ancestral patterns, go ahead and pause the video. But if you're ready, if you have some ideas and you want to release these, I want you to say this little mantra out loud with me, okay? I honor the past, but I am free to choose my own path. Again, I honor the past, but I am free to choose my own path. Please, in the comments, share that ancestral pattern with us that you are choosing to release as you say this affirmation. So once we have kind of cleared the debris of these masks, of these belief systems that are so far outdated, these inherited stories, right? We actually begin to remember who we really are. We get to dust off ourselves. And it's not really about becoming someone new, it's about coming home to yourself. I have seen so much in my own life how certain parts of my little girl Jessica were turned off or turned down because they were too much for someone else or they were inconvenient. And now adult Jessica is having to reconcile with little child Jessica and having to piece together the truth of myself. It's almost like a shattered mirror, right? So having to piece that back together and make sure that I can see the truth of my reflection. So I want you to take a minute and think about these two sentences and complete them. Again, your session guide should have some space for this, or you can write this in your journal. Complete the sentence. Who I am becoming is, and then the next sentence I want you to complete is, the truth I'm ready to embody is. And please take some time with these statements. Make sure that they really resonate with you. And if you're so daring, tell us in the comments what qualities or what truths about yourself are rising to the surface today that you are ready to embody. So before we close our circle time, I just want to thank you for being present again. This time though, I want you to, get out of your comfiness just a little bit and take a moment to sit up straight. Align your spine nice and tall on your sit bones. I want you to really integrate this into the channel that is you, okay? You are the vessel. Let's receive this. Close your eyes and take a nice, slow, deep breath in through your nose and release. With the next inhale, I want you to breathe in this mantra. I receive my unique truth. Breathe that in. And as you exhale, I release all that is not mine. Again, on the inhale, I receive my unique truth. And on the exhale, I release all that is not mine. As you sit with this for just a few moments, if you feel the need to rock or sway, maybe you need to hum, maybe you need to scream, whatever you need to do to release this energy from your body, do whatever you feel led to. Process out these old patterns and these old beliefs that have served you. They have served you well, but now you're ready to release them. As you feel the release that comes from this, I want you to remember to embody gratitude for the parts of you that have kept you safe. Bid them a fond farewell. Breathe them out. Thank you very much for your service. And we don't need you anymore. If you need some additional time to sit with this, please feel free to pause the video. Give whatever time you need to be able to release this. And as we close our time together, I want to be able to leave you with this question. What is one truth that you're taking away from today's journey with us? If you feel led to, please share it in the comments. You never know who you might inspire. For your homework this week, I want you to pay attention to your inner voice. Each time that a limiting thought arises, I want you to pause and ask yourself, whose voice is this? Is it your voice or is it somebody else's voice? And then I want you to ask, is it true? Very simple. Start writing down what new truths you are replacing these old limiting beliefs with. Write many of them, many new truths. And then I want you to take some time, maybe midweek, think about that visualization that we did earlier with your younger self. Return to that. Return to that place, that version of yourself you met with. And again, do this again and again. Find different parts of yourself. Go back, meet with that one again. Okay. Offer them love, offer them compassion. Thank them for the part of you that they are. Be grateful for all that you're becoming, for all that you've already been, and for everything in between. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for you guys that you are choosing to deepen into your self-awareness, that you're choosing to learn more and invest your time and your energy with me and with Juliana as we embark on these healing journeys together. I want to thank you for your courage. I want to thank you for your love, for your presence. I hope that this deepening awareness for yourself will help you to walk through the world with a new softness, a new sense of power, and a new sense of authenticity. Your shadow is not your enemy. It's just your invitation back to wholeness. And your truth is not outside of you. It's it's in you already. It's just waiting for you to rediscover it and reclaim it. Thank you so much for this time together. I send you off with so many blessings of love and joy and peace for your day, for your week, and until we see you again.